Hello and welcome to my tutorial for Minecraft Bedrock Addons. In this episode I'm going to be showing you how to make your own custom tools. So I'm going to be doing this with an axe. As you can see here, I've got this lovely red axe. And what you're going to want to do, if you haven't already, is set yourself up with an item. I do have a video on how to set up an item, which should be linked with a little card up in the corner. So I'm going to basically carry on from that video as such. So we've already got in our behavior pack, in items, I've got this red axe here, and you can see here that we've got the item, we've got our identifier in the description, and I've got our starting components to basically match with that video, so as if you're continuing straight on from there. So the first thing I want to actually do is in description here, and I haven't done this in any of the other ones so far, but we're going to go category, and then in here we're going to go for equipment. Okay, and this will make sure that by the time I change it in here as well, this is going to put it in with the other axes when we're in Minecraft. So the next thing I want to do is in components, I'm going to go to the max stack size, and because it is a tool, because it's an axe, I'm going to change that from a full stack of 64 to 1. And then in creative category, I've currently got it down as items for the parent. So I'm going to delete that. I'm then going to click away and click back, and that will refresh this add object for us. And then go parent. And then in here, I'm actually going to go item group .name.axe. So that now means that it's going to go into the equipment tab, and it will actually go into the axe category. My display name and icon are all set up already, so I'm going to shrink all of them, and this now enables us to start actually adding all of the axe components. So the first thing I want to do is add an object, and it's going to be hand equipped, and this is going to change how we hold the item, so it actually looks like we're holding an axe as opposed to just any other item basically. The next thing I want to then do is add some durability to it. So another component, we're going to go durability. We're going to add max durability. And then in here, I'm going to put 1561. So that matches a diamond axe. You can literally set that to whatever you want. But obviously, it's going to lose durability every time you use it. Now, this by default at the moment is bugged, and we will need to add our own little way to take away durability with an event, but we'll do that towards the end. As well as the durability, so I need to click, you can see here it's still trying to add to the durability, so I'm going to go back to components, and we're going to add another component, and this is going to be mining speed. Now by default this is going to be 1, and this matches every other item in the game, so it kind of sounds like it doesn't make sense because mining speed is going to depend on what block we're hitting, but by default every block is going to be 1. This mainly comes into effect if you're doing a sword. The mining speed on a sword is actually 1.5 because for some reason breaking anything with a sword is 50% quicker. But for now we're doing an axe, so do that at 1. If you're doing a shovel or anything else, again you can do that at 1. You can even do it as more, and it will make it work quicker. But if you are doing a sword, then set that at 1.5. Now, I will do a separate tutorial for swords, so I'm going to miss a few swordy things out. But for now, we've got hand equipped, so it's going to hold like a tool, it's got durability, and it's got a basic mining speed. So what I also want to add is I want to make this enchantable, okay? And then we're going to click here, and we've got two options. We've got slot and value. So slot is basically what sort of enchantments is it going to use, and this is going to make sense here now. You can see that we've got axe, so we're going to get stuff like efficiency, sharpness, fortune I think you can get on an axe, and all of that stuff. Bow would allow you to have like infinity and punch and things like that, and then you've got feet, torso, head, legs, hoe, you know, you've got all of this stuff. Basically what slot or what enchantments is this tool going to use? So because it's an axe, we're going to go with axe, and then while we're still in enchantable, I'm going to now go into the value, and this is how enchantable it is. So a gold axe for instance is 22, whereas a stone axe is 5, because gold items, gold tools even, are more enchantable. They have better chances of getting them higher tier enchantments. So I'm going to set this at 15. Okay, so it's not as good as gold, but it's not down there with stone. And then I'm going to close that. We're going to go back to components and add one more thing for now, and that's going to be repairable. Okay, and this self-explanatory, it means we can repair it. So we're going to go repair items, we're going to go 0, we're going to go items, and this is where we pick, sorry, we need to go 0 again, and now we can actually pick what we want to repair this with. So if you've already added a custom item into the game, you could pick that here, but for this, because it's a red axe, let's go for a redstone block, which is there. Okay, and then while we're still in the items, nope, sorry, back to the 0, we can go repair amount, and this is how much it's going to repair the tool basically. So I'm going to start writing in query, and then I'm going to look for max durability. So if I keep scrolling down here, there we go, we've got query.max durability. So as far as I'm aware, that's just going to repair it all the way. So if you're down to having 1 damage left on it, then this will repair it all the way. There'll be other ways to change that, but I'm not going to go too much into depth with that on this video. So as it stands, we've got our we've got our axe in the game. We can have one of them. We've put it into its correct creative category. We've got its display name, its icon. We can equip it with our hand. We've added the durability, speed, and it's enchantable and repairable. So what I'm actually going to do there is I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to actually load up Minecraft, and we can have a quick test, and I can show you what's what. Okay, so here we are in Minecraft all loaded up. I'm going to hit play. We're going to go create new, and I'm going to go and activate the behavior pack. So you can see here, example axe, and as long as the resource pack is linked, that should be, yep, it's already in our active. We'll turn multiplier off, and then in game, make sure you're scrolling down here and going holiday creator features, turn that one on, and then I'm gonna go and put this into a flat world and create. Okay, so the first thing we want to do then is in our creative menu, into equipment, and if we've done this right, it should show up in axes, and it does. Okay, so equipment was the first category we put it in, and then the second one, the creative category, we put it into the axes, and you can see here that it does show, but if you look at everything else, they've all got an attack damage on them. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to fix. The other thing we need to fix is it doesn't actually work like an axe at the moment. So if I grab a couple of blocks here, I'm going to pop down some planks, and I'm going to pop down some logs, and then if I go into game mode S, I don't know why it's all capitals, maybe I should turn that off, but anyway, if we now try and chop this, you can see that it's no quicker than if I was just using my hand. Okay, and the same with this, it's not working at the moment. It's basically just an item, some durability on. Now if I was to persevere and chop through this, you'll see that it hasn't taken any durability neither, and being an axe, I should be able to strip these logs, which I'm right clicking and nothing is happening. So let's go back into Bridge, and we will take a look and add the components that we need to add for that. Okay, so back into Bridge then. So the first thing that we noticed is it wasn't displaying how much damage it done, and that's because we haven't actually defined that yet. So what I'm going to do is into components, we're going to add 2 things. One, we're going to add weapon, okay, and from weapon we basically want to add all 3 of these. So on hurt entity, we're going to go event, and then we're going to add an event. Now I named mine DMG for damage, and this is how we're going to keep track of if we've basically hurt something. So if you're chopping if you're hitting a cow with it, rightfully the axe should lose durability. And as I say, we're going to do that with every one of these. So on not hurt entity, so if for some reason you're attacking something and it's not taking damage, the entity itself isn't, we still want to damage the pickaxe. The axe. And then on hit block, same thing again. So if we're hitting blocks, we're going to go event and we're going to add damage. Okay, so we've now turned this into a weapon basically. But how much damage are we doing? So let's add that. So I'm going to go here for damage, and then we're going to add a value. So a wooden sword does 4, a diamond sword does 7. So I'm thinking, well, it's an axe, it's quite powerful, let's go for 5. Okay, so we're going to be doing 5 damage. So that now will add the damage part. When we're looking at it in our menu, it will now say damage equals 5. What we also want to do is in components, now this doesn't come up in the drop down, okay, but what we want to do is add tag colon Minecraft colon and then is underscore, and in this case it's going to be axe. Okay, now this will work for hoe, and it will also work for shovel. And what this does is this basically allows us to do the stuff like stripping the logs. So an axe, if you use it on a log, will strip the bark off. If you're using a hoe, it will turn normal dirt or grass into tilled soil. And if you're using a shovel on grass, it will turn that grass block into a path block. So what I'm going to actually do is stop here. We're going to load the game back up, and I will show you that working. And boom, there you go. So it is stripping it, but it looks a bit weird. There's no sound, there's no movement. It's not, you know, if we go and grab ourselves a normal axe, so this diamond axe right here, let's pop a few more down. I'm going to go back into survival, and you see we're getting that sound. We're getting a sound, the axe is moving, and it's taking durability. So we need to add all of those things. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go save and quit. Okay, so back into bridge, and what I want to actually do is up at Minecraft item, we're going to add an object, and we can add an event. Okay, so we want to add 2 events. Basically, the first one we want to use is on underscore tool underscore used, and this is a default Minecraft event, so we don't actually have to register this anywhere. That'll make more sense when I use the other event soon. But what this is going to do is we can basically, if the tool's being used, we can tell it to do stuff. So we're going to go for swing, okay, and that's going to animate the tool to swing it basically, so it looks like we're using it. What I'm also going to do is we are going to run a command. Okay, so it's going to be run command 0, and then in here I'm going to go play sound. Okay, but we need to define what sound it is. So I'm going to use, for this I'm going to use dig.wood. Okay, you can look online if you look on Google for the play sound, the command play sound list. There's loads and loads of different sounds you could use here. You might even find a better one than dig wood, but for now I'm going to use that. Okay, and then what we're also going to do is in this event I'm going to add damage. Okay, we're going to, and then this opens up 3 things here. So type, I'm going to go with none. Okay, this doesn't really matter too much, but it allows the axe to take damage, to use its durability. The amount is going to be 1, so we're going to lose 1 durability, and the target is going to be itself. Okay, so the axe itself is going to lose 1 damage when it's used. Okay, I'm going to save that, and we'll actually pop back in and just have a quick check. It's always a good habit to get into when you're still learning. Keep going in and out the game and listen. Okay, so, oh no, my bad, I'm using the diamond one there. Haha, but there we go. So the sound is slightly different. It sounds more like a wood chopping sound, and we could use a different sound, but we are getting the animation. We are getting a sound, and you can see the durability bar has gone down. Okay, so we're winning. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. The only thing I've now got to do is actually add that it chops the blocks quicker. Okay, and then takes durability from that as well. So I'm going to save and quit again, and we're going to go back into Bridge. I'm going to shrink this on tool event for now, and I'm going to go back to components, and we are going to type in digger. Okay, and then in digger we are going to click use efficiency, and we're going to set that to true, because if we enchant our axe with efficiency, we want that to work when we're digging blocks. We also want to add on dig, and what this is going to do is any block that you mine, whether it's a dirt block, a wall block, whatever it is, whether you should be mining it or not, we're going to run the event, and we're going to, so you can see on tool used is coming up because we have that in our events already, but we're going to use DMG again because this is our damage event, which we've yet to make. And then back on digger, I'm going to go destroy speeds. Now this here is basically where we need to add each and every block that we want this axe to work on. So the first thing I'm going to do is destroy speeds 0, and then you can see here we've got 4 different things that we need to add. So the first thing is the block. So which block? Now there is, if we click on add object, we can use tags, but the tags don't seem to work properly at the moment. They're a bit bugged. I wish they would, because I've just actually sat and added 119 of these to an axe to make it cover every wooden block in the game. But for now, I'm going to show you how to add just 1 or 2, and then you guys can work out how you want to do the rest after. So in add value here, you can see we've got a list of every single block in the game. So I'm going to start with, is it oak plank? No, it's just plank. There we go, planks. And planks will actually cover the oak, birch, spruce, all the different planks. So we're quite lucky that that one does cover more than one. So while we're still here where the 0 is, we've done our block. I'm now going to put the speed in, and I'm going to go for a speed of 8. Okay, so it's obviously quicker than our hand, but I think a diamond axe is 12, so it's not quite diamond speed, but it's definitely faster than nothing. We're going to go for on dig, and we're going to add an event, and this is going to be our damage event. So as long as we're digging a plank, we're going to trigger this damage event, and then back to the 0, and we're going to go use efficiency, and we're going to click true. And I'm now going to save that, go back into the game, and we should now see, okay, right, so it is working quicker, but you can see there at the top I'm getting couldn't find an event with name DMG. Okay, so the speed is working. You can see that we're mining it quicker, but if you look at our axe, it's not taking durability. So let's go and add the event in that actually adds or even takes away the durability. So back into Bridge, I'm going to click events, and I'm going to add object, and I'm going to put DMG. Okay, and then what I can do here now is go down and click damage, and then I'm going to put, this is basically the same as we done with the on tool used. So we're going to go into the damage, we're going to go type none, amount is going to be 1, and the target is going to be self. Okay, so now what's going to happen is whenever the tool's used, e.g. right click because you're stripping wood, we've got a command for that, and whenever we do something, so if you remember the, where was it, the weapon, so if we hurt entities or blocks, we're running the damage event, and if we're destroying planks, we're running the damage event, and the same as if we're digging dirt blocks. Okay, so I'm going to save that. We're going to go back in. We'll double check once more. Okay, so there we go. We're getting no errors coming up. And you can see there, if you look down at the axe, it's flashing because it's taking durability. So every time I mine a block, it's doing that little sort of grow thing, you know, where it shows it's taking damage. So that's definitely working. And it's doing it on dirt. It's using durability. And if I go and chop this cow, you can see there that it's also taking durability. So that is that. What I'm also going to show you is, let's grab an enchantment table. I need to be in creative, that would help. It's an enchantment table. We're going to want some lapis. And I tell you what, let's grab an anvil. And a block of redstone. So, anvil first. Let's check out the repairability. So you can see here that it has taken damage. And, as I pointed out to you before, it does show the attack damage that it's doing now. So if we pop that in there and pop in a redstone, you can see here that it is going to repair it. It's going to cost 1 enchantment level. And boom, there you go. 1 brand new repaired red pickaxe. And if I pop down the enchantment table and throw that in, you can see here that we've got efficiency 1 and 2. Okay, all the different efficiency basically. So let's pop that in. Grab that, and we've got efficiency 1. And that now, provided it's not bugged, should work. That's a little bit quicker. It's hard to tell. Okay, but I haven't added the logs yet. But it's definitely working a little bit quicker. Now, it's still taking durability, which it should do. But there is a bug where if we enchanted it with Unbreaking, it won't take any damage whatsoever. So, Unbreaking is a little bit broken. There's a few broken bits. Hopefully, they'll get fixed later on. But, yeah. Otherwise, 99% there, you've got yourself a working tool. So all you need to do now is go back through. Let me save and quit this, and I'm going to show you how I do this. There's a couple of ways of adding all of these new blocks. So what we can do is I'm going to minimize everything I'm not using just to tidy it up. Okay, so destroy speeds. I'm going to click the 0 here, and then I'm going to do Control and C. Okay, I'm going to click destroy speeds and then click Control V, and you can see there that we've now got a 1, and it's copied over exactly what I had there. But what I can do now is delete that. I can now go back into block, and we can add log. Okay, and that now should add in the logs that we were still having problems with. What I'd also be inclined to do as well is actually delete that and copy this without the block added in. So then when you then paste more, you can see here that they're all ready, and we can go, okay, number 1 here, we're going to go block, we're going to go log. Okay, we're then going to click number 2, we're going to go block, we're going to go log 2. Okay, number 3, and so on and so forth. And you can see here, so let's go for stairs. Let's go oak stairs. Let's add those. Number 4, block. And this is a little bit tedious. So we've got dark oak stairs. It's a little bit tedious, but if you want to add every block in the game, at the moment, that's the only way to do it. Until they add the tags, then there's no real way around this. So yeah, that's that. That is the tutorial done on our red axe. So I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, hit that like button on the way out. And until next time, take care, stay cool, bye bye.